Hey, Gavax here. So, you want to know what to do first in MLB The Show 20. Now, I wanted to put this out before the game launches, so that way people know what to do when they first get in. And I can't do that, I can't properly do this without the game in my hand, so we're going to rely on the streams that SDS, I still have EA in the brain, SDS did to kind of go over what to do first, and we'll kind of break you through that, I guess, is kind of, it also depends on like how much money you're going to spend, right? I kind of taken this as you're not going to spend any money on packs, and what to do best, kind of like to build your team without having to spend like $100 extra, $200 really to build it and then just get into online play right away. So to build it up without packs. Now, obviously, maybe some people spend some on pre-order, so you can open those packs, add them to your squad, that kind of stuff. I would auction off all cards you don't need. They're all going to be kind of a little overpriced right away. Diamonds are kind of interesting sometimes. Like, the market takes a little bit to figure out the drop rate on them. So, like, the top ones maybe are a little high, because we saw this with Mike Trout last year. He was super high because the year before he was super high to launch, but then we realized, oh, the pack odds are so much greater, and he's kept dropping because he was just coming out of packs over and over. So because they put the odds on packs this year, and that they did that last year too, which is, I believe, the reason why pack odds got better is because they showed it to us, and they couldn't say, hey, a diamond's only gonna be pulled out of one out of every 600 packs. Instead, last year was 1 out of 50. So the odds dramatically improved. So with that said, pre-order packs, you're going to do your team name, your uniforms, that's going to kind of like be forced upon you. You're going to do all that first, obviously, obligatedly. But without a huge team, I would suggest going into Conquest first. There is going to be a lot of things. If you see on the screen for Tim... Whoa! Sorry, that's only loud on my end. With Tim Tebow, you can do the starter map here, the first inning map, or the Willie Mays map. Now, these guys are going to be the rewards for defeating the whole thing. Willie Mays will be the reward for defeating the big map. So this is really cool here. Complete the Conquest Starter Map. Look for hidden packs, XP, and stubs rewards along the way. So they'll have these things for you to do to kind of kickstart you off right away. And there will also be probably other starter missions that they might not have mentioned on the stream. So you can look for those too. But Conquest Starter Map, I think, is literally where you want to start, unless there's some sort of starter missions that they prompt you with when you log in. So this Conquest Starter Map, because this not only the XP, you'll also get first inning rewards to go along with it. So as they go through Tim Tebow, you'll be able to beat this, get him on your squad. You can't they didn't show off his stats so much. We know they have 81 power there. A left-handed left fielder, so a solid 75 silver. Okay to start off with him. Because like I said, once you finish that, then you could even go on to the first inning one. You get the first inning program ones, and you get these rewards by playing anything in the game. Road to the Show franchise will also get you those program stars for first inning. Will also get you XP rewards, and those XP rewards program stars first inning, those are ginormous. Like, best rewards in the entire game are in the first inning / XP rewards. So that's definitely where you want to go. Definitely look into the conquest section of this game first. As they kind of just like go through it. Let me wait till they go back to the menu, and they are right here. So right here. So first inning will also have missions you can do. Some will be easier than others. Some will be longer than others. But that's kind of what you want to go. So here's the first inning program. So like just getting a few done. There's some daily showdown missions like I talked about. Right after doing like Conquest, you can kind of get into those missions. You'll get a pack right away. Hopefully you can pull maybe even a gold. If you're super lucky, a diamond out of that pack right away the first inning. So the first inning program will have many, items, packs, stubs, players that you see as you can unlock going forward. They kind of went through that a little bit in the stream. Check out my Diamond Dynasty breakout stream. You can kind of see as I'm scrolling here some of the other rewards at more stars. So it takes a while to get through it. They go through some of the first inning rewards. There is a new game mode called Showdown, which is actually a pretty decent thing to do right away too, because it doesn't require you to have a team. So going into Showdown after doing Conquest, you could probably do either one of them. Showdown is free right away. Your first entry is free, so you can go into that. If you're decently skilled at the game, you can throw it on dynamic difficulty, I believe they said, and then it kind of like I think that's might be Team Affinity. I don't know if Showdown, Team Affinity's and March to October is dynamic difficulty. I don't remember. If somebody in the comments can let me know. I don't think Showdown was dynamic to my knowledge, but you get to draft a team, play it for free, get rewards by grinding Showdown. So definitely those are the two things you want to do offline first to build your team before diving online, because online you'll match up against a lot of players who buy their team right away and will have those kind of stack more diamond roster gold and diamonds right away. So you do kind of want to put it into a little bit of grind first. And then once you kind of acquire a few stubs from Showdown, from the Conquest that I talked about going through first, you will be able to kind of like grind up your rewards, grind up your teams, and you'll be able to start working the market. They don't show the market off much in this stream at all, but the XP reward path, because you'll be grinding these things, you'll be grinding for the XP reward path. You'll be getting a lot of these cards on the XP reward path, and kind of like going up through different levels, getting a ton of stuff. And like I talked about, high 90 overall cards. Here it is. Here's XP rewards, best cards in the game. Our XP rewards, and then even further along the line of the XP reward. Here are some. There's some cards that you can evolution and put in your lineup down the XP reward path. There's a cap player. They mentioned the cap. I want to get to. We don't want that. So like the cap, you can grind out too. So this creative player. You can do some missions for. Probably the weakest position is generally middle infield. Don't do a cap outfielder. You could do a relief pitcher. Middle infield is generally pretty weak. Shortstop, second base. So one of those two positions. I did shortstop last year because I think we had a pretty solid. I think Rogers Hornsby was my second baseman last year to launch the game. So that's something to look to do too, is the cap. Get that guy out in the field, grind his stats too right away, especially when you get into that Conquest stuff. Because I'll do a video on the Conquest, and basically you don't need a team because you can play it all on rookie. Once you kind of like, you just defeat the map and get it that way. So that's kind of what I think you should do first in MLB The Show. Those two big things, Conquest, and then on to the Showdown game mode that I talked about right here as you build up your first inning rewards and your XP rewards. So makes sense. Let me know if you have any comments in the comment section below. Any questions? Sorry, but I'll be doing a better, more beginner's guide to Diamond Dynasty once I have my actual hands on the game, probably later this weekend ish. So look for that one too, to kind of explain more about Diamond Dynasty. But this is kind of what you should do. Look for the Conquest. Look for the. Let's see if they have a picture of it. Yeah, right here. Showdown, Conquest on that page. But thanks for watching. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.